Well, hello guys, Pokeplayer, and today I'm back for another video, and today's video is going to be another Wi-Fi battle. I haven't uploaded a Wi-Fi battle in a while, so I decided to upload this battle. I had this battle yesterday against Ipa, and Ipa is a nice guy. You should definitely check out his YouTube channel and Twitter. He's a very nice guy. He does a lot of PU stuff, which I know you guys like as well, because that's why you are on this channel as well, because I do a lot of lower tier stuff too. And we decided to do a PU battle, and looking at both our teams, we brought a pretty decent PU team. It's not the best. I brought some fun stuff, he brought some fun stuff, as you guys can see. And let's just start the battle, because it was a lot of fun and it's really close in the end. So from the start I saw that my Vesper Queen did not have a good matchup at all. All his Pokemon had a super effective move on my Vesper Queen, so I decided to use the Pokemon kind of as a death fodder. But it did some work in this battle too. But I led off with my Sligo, as you guys saw, and my opponent switched out of there. I went for the Muddy Water, and he kind of saw that coming. And I do get the accuracy drop, which is pretty cool. It's not a really high chance on Muddy Water, I believe. Maybe 20%, 30 even. I'm not totally sure, but I decided to go into my Fabulous, my Walrein, but he actually misses the Ice Shot, which is pretty funny, to be honest. So now I decided to switch to just go for the Super Fang, because this is a Super Fang. Well, Super Fang Brine, Hidden Power Grass, and Ice Beam Walrein. It's pretty neat. It's max special attack, max HP, Assault Vest. It can take quite a lot of hits with that bulk, especially special offensive hits. But I didn't run Brine on that set quite yet. I still need to change it. But I decided to go into my Sligo, and I go for the Thunderbolt right here, because I know that I can take a hit from Dugong, and I kind of felt like he would predict my switch, because I made that switch already, and he did, and he went for the Iron Tail. Luckily enough, he did not go for another move, so I go for the Foul Play right here, and it almost kills the Seal, but he misses the Iron Tail, which is kind of unfortunate for him, but luckily enough he did for me. So I predicted his switch, or I just went for the Toxic. I knew that he would outspeed me either way, and the Toxic would kill him after that, so it was kind of a safe play, and it did pay out for me, because Carpet was kind of a problem to my team. I did not have too many offensive things that could take it on, but I did have my Vesper Queen right here, and this was the only Pokemon that I could try and set up with this thing. This is a pretty neat Vesper Queen set. It's not the best, but it's okay. It is a Defend Order, Attack Order, Acrobatic set with Roost, and it's basically a pretty neat set. It's a kind of defensive and offensive set. I also have the Acrobatics with the Citrus Berry, so if he decides to go for the move, as you guys can see, a +1 defense does not do a lot, and I have the Citrus Berry right here, so the Acrobatics will get boosted after that, which is pretty neat. I go for the Roost right here, thinking that the Wild Charge would do a lot more, but because I saw the damage output from that, I know that he is not a Bandit Luxray. He's definitely Scarfed, and that's what he is showing me this battle as well. But my opponent goes into a defensive Staravia, which is pretty cool. I go for the Attack Order, because it would probably kill the Luxray. No, probably not. I do get the crit right here, which does no damage at all. I want to see how much the Acrobatics does, and I know that my Vesper Queen is kind of useless this battle either way, and it does not allow. So I decided to switch out of there, because I can't do anything. It's still a good death fodder, to be honest, because it can take some hits and gets a recoil damage up with Wild Charge. So now my opponent goes for the Roost and gets all of his health back, but I know that I can take hits from him, and I decided to go into my Fabulous, because I know that I can take it out with a Ice Beam, and I know that my Stunky can't. But my opponent goes for the U-turn, which is a good play, and he decides to switch out into his Kitty Cat, which is his Luxray. And I know that I can take one Volt Switch or a Wild Charge, but I still wanted to play it safe, because this Fabulous is really necessary for the Stunfisk in his back. So he goes for the Super Power, which is really good, because I am 4 times resisting that. That's one of the good things about Vesper Queen. It's not a good typing at all. Bug, Fair Lying. It doesn't take any kind of hit, which is unfortunate, because it has a really cool idea behind it and a really cool design, which I kind of... It's unfortunate for Vesper Queen, but I decided to switch out of here and go into my Fabulous, because I know that I can take at least one Brave Bird pretty nicely. But my opponent goes for the Toxic right here, which does damage. Yeah, of course it does damage. And I go for the Ice Beam, and that definitely OHKOs, which is really nice. I am max special attack modest, I believe, so I think it might have even, the Staravia could have even gotten a chance to live it, but I don't think so. I'm really specially offensive. So now my opponent goes into the Luxray again, and I decided to sack off my Vespergreen right here. I'm trying to sack this thing off for quite a while already, but he goes for the Volt Switch, and I live again. Vespergreen showing that it's a really darn good mon, which it is, but it's just not good enough with its typing and offensive stats, which is unfortunate. And now my opponent goes for the Flash Cannon, and I can actually lift this, right? No, I cannot lift this because he is Life Orb, that's right. I don't know why I thought that I could lift it. I think I'm even adamant on that guy, on the Vespergreen. So now I decided to go into my Pignite, which shows his power in this battle, but it just lacks a little bit power, as you guys will see in a few turns. So I go for the Power Up Punch, get my attack raised again. I didn't really have a switch into my Torkoal or a good answer, so I decided to just stay in and try and kill it with my Pignite. Go for another Power Punch, does 1.5 more damage, and get another attack raise. He goes for the Earth Power, non-step, meaning that it doesn't do any kind of damage to my Pignite, which is great, because I need at least a good amount of more Power Punch to actually do damage to this Torkoal. I get another Power Punch off, which is great. He gets another Earth Power off, and this does a lot more damage than the previous Earth Power, which is kind of unfortunate, because that means that it is a 3-hit KO. I think it was, depending on rolls, and I do go for the Sucker Punch, and it does not enough damage, unfortunately enough, which means that Pignite is going down, but it did almost kill a Torkoal, which is really nice. This was a Power Up Punch, Sucker Punch, Thunder Punch, and Fire Punch Pignite. A really cool set, I really like it. With the Pignite's bulk, you can pull it off, which is really cool. So now going to my Broccoli, and I actually meant to run the Mental Herb or the White Herb on this Simusay, so that my acrobatics would work. But unfortunately enough, I forgot to put the item on it, so this is kind of a sack for the Broccoli. I was kind of surprised that it killed. No, I got a -1 defense drop with the superpower. But if I would have ran the White Herb, I probably would have been able to live it and kill him off with his Seed Bomb, which is unfortunate. But now I decided to predict his switch into the Stunfisk, but unfortunately enough, he doesn't make that switch, and I do have to take a lot more toxic damage, so that is unfortunate. That means that I can't live long with my Fabulous anymore, and he does also get a defense drop, which is also very unfortunate. So now I go for the Surf, which definitely OHKOs. I just did that in case he wanted to switch into the Stunfisk. Ice Beam would have probably been a better move, thinking about it, because it can freeze. But it doesn't matter. He goes. I decided to save this Wolverine because I need it for the Stunfisk. I go into my Sliggoo to sack it off, kind of ish. But he goes for the full switch, and I am EV Light max HP, so I can take that, which is really nice. He goes into the Carpet, and that means that I can get at least a little bit more damage off with Muddy Water, which is great. Yeah, that definitely works out, and I do get quite a decent amount of damage off. I get another accuracy drop, which is pretty cool, but he does land his Earth Power right here. And I do believe that it does not even kill, which is great, because that means that that I can kill it with another Muddy Water, which surprised me, to be honest. It might be a defensive Stunfisk, thinking about it. And now my opponent goes into the Murica. Right, that was another Pokemon that was left. And I can't take the Freeze Dry for sure, because I'm weak to it. And luckily enough, I did preserve my my Wolverine. And Wolverine can actually take one Freeze Dry because of its Thick Fat ability, which is really good, because looking at it, it doesn't even do half of the damage that half of the HP that I had left. And I go for the Surf, get some extra damage off, which is very important, because Skunky needs to do this. I have a Stunky left in the back who can finally get to show him off, to show its power, show its sheer power. I got it from Marcus. It's a really cool set. I really like it. Stunky is the MVP of this battle. I go for the Sucker Punch because I am running that, and that will definitely kill the Velilux. And the last Pokemon that he has left is the Luxray, which cannot take the Foul Play, and I know that I can take at least one Wild Charge from him because he's Scarfed and not Banded. And I am kind of defensively built, so I can take that really nicely, go for the Foul Play, and that is going to be the amazing game versus Ipa. So I hope you guys enjoyed this PU battle. It was a lot of fun. And make sure to check out Ipa's channel again. It is a really good guy and he deserves more subs. He needs to hit the 100. I know you guys are probably not able to do that because I don't have a lot of subs as well. But make sure to check him out. And then I'll see you guys in my next video. Later.